these companies don't give a damn about you. You're just a number.
Cisco said, we've made record profits. And in the same breath, they said, yeah, we got to let 4,000 of y'all go too.
Oracle, because that corporation just announced last week that they're laying off 21,000 of their employees, and they cite AI as the reason.
They want you to believe this is about robots. It is not. Something is breaking in the American job market, and the people living through it are not staying quiet anymore.
Amazon, in its 30-year history, is getting ready to have the largest layoff in the company's history. Over 30,000 people fixing to get fired. Microsoft has let go and released over 25,000 just since this year.
Here's the part that makes people furious, because the very companies handing out pink slips are posting some of their best numbers ever.
Cisco had a 12% jump in their profits, up to $15.8 billion with a B. And the CEO was smiling, the shareholders are celebrating, employees are standing around in a LinkedIn prayer circle, hoping they don't get a letter saying they're one of the 4,000. In corporate America, loyalty is like Olive Garden unlimited breads.
For workers, it feels like betrayal, and one man has lived it more than most.
But guess what? They still getting paid. The big CEOs and the people who don't punch a clock and have to be at the bottom. Guys, coming from a guy who done been laid off 6 times before I was fired and had to live in the woods, all thanks to putting all my eggs in this thing called a job, just over broke. It took me getting fired and being homeless to realize that jobs have one goal, that is to make a profit for the company. And if you have to be the sacrificial lamb, then so be it.
It is not only warehouse floors and call centers either, because the same wave is hitting the offices everyone thought were safe.
Last week, I got laid off. Again. This is actually my second time getting laid off, and actually from the same company. Last week, Snapchat had mass layoffs, 1,000 people, 16% of the company was laid off. Unfortunately, ya boy was one of the people affected by these layoffs. I was actually laid off from Snap 8 years ago too, back when I was a software engineer.
What stands out about him is how calm he stayed, choosing to separate his worth from his paycheck.
My value as a human being is not tied to my job. In that regard, like, my ego didn't really get hurt in this layoff. I understand it's just a business decision.
Out in the wider job market, the mood is far more desperate, and people are starting to wonder if the openings they see are even real.
The amount of layoffs and unemployed people in the city is actually astronomical. Like, I don't think it's ever been this bad. Like, every single person I know has either been laid off, has been unemployed for like a long period of time. Like, there are countless of job postings on LinkedIn. If we're not getting it, no one's getting it, who's getting these jobs? Because I genuinely believe they're like either a scam or they're like lying to the company to prove that they're growing. Before it was easy, you just put in the work, you have a great resume, you get it. Now, if you get a job, it's like getting a Grammy, it's like winning an Oscar.
And the ones who keep their jobs carry a weight nobody warns them about.
Mass layoffs traumatize the people who stay too. And no one ever talks about it because the people who get to stay are referred to as lucky or fortunate or blessed to have a job. But behind the scenes, something else is happening too. The team is grieving. Productivity drops, trust disappears, and fear completely takes over the workplace. That's when people start wondering and thinking, am I next? The survivors of the layoffs, the ones that got to stay, the ones that kept their positions, they're not okay. They're burned out, they're anxious, they're scared, and they're tired of all of it. And what happens after a few months is that a lot of the people that got to stay end up leaving on their own because they're scared for the next layoff.
The layoffs are real, but a lot of people believe the reason we are given is a lie. One creator argues that the whole thing is a con designed to reset what your work is worth quietly.
You're being conned right now. These mass layoffs that everyone is saying is because of AI, they're not. What they're doing is they're resetting the job market so that all of you start accepting roles and jobs at salaries that you would have previously laughed at. This is not a technology issue. This is a greed issue. And while, yeah, sure, AI is taking some jobs from some people, that is not what's happening here at a wide scale, right? They are doing this and they are making people go back to the office in the hopes that they'll quit. And they're doing it so they cut costs, which is going to help their stock prices go up and their exec pay packages go up. And it's going to signal to investors that they are investing in AI and getting efficient gains and all of that so that they look like they're, on the up and up with AI. And guess what? When they actually need humans again, guess who they're going to call? they're going to call you, but this time they're going to offer you probably maybe half the salary that you had when you left.
Others are pointing straight at the companies blaming AI.
Oracle, because that corporation just announced last week that they're laying off 21,000 of their employees, and they cite AI as the reason. We know that Block, the company that owns Square and Cash App, has laid off 40% of its workers.
The fear driving all of this is that no job is truly safe once the technology gets good enough.
All these careers are going to be taken over by AI. Doctors, lawyers, accountants, I think all of those jobs are going to be replaced in the end.
The biggest warning is not about any single job. It is about what happens to the whole economy when this many paychecks disappear at once.
These massive layoffs are just not impacting individuals. It's going to trigger a domino effect that's about to hit the economy hard, okay? Now, let's break this down, because a lot of you all are slow to understand and comprehend. Maybe it's by birth, maybe it's on purpose. I don't know. I ain't here to argue with nobody. More layoffs equals higher unemployment rates. Higher unemployment rates equals more people filing for benefits. So fewer people working means less tax revenue, less spending, slower economic growth. People, come on now. I'm setting the table here. This is an economic time bomb that's about to go boom. And every day delay addressing these issues, it's going to make for a deeper impact.
She backs it with a number that shows how deep the cuts already run.
AT&T, 60,000 jobs cut. So I'm just saying, how is the economy supposed to survive when we're not pumping into it?
For some people, this has moved past complaining and into open resistance, with one man laying the blame on the richest people in tech.
Elon Musk has said it himself. He wants to replace half of the American workforce using AI. That's not right. That's not acceptable. And I'm going to announce right in front of Oracle's headquarters an AI tax, where we will tax AI tokens. That's the measurement of AI usage. And as they use more and more AI, they've got to pay more tax. And that will fund a jobs program to keep Americans employed.
His final warning is the reason nobody should feel safe watching from the sidelines.
They may be coming right now for Oracle employees. They might be coming for software engineers and people that work in tech. But next, it's musicians. After that, it's journalists. They're coming for nurses, accountants, and then eventually, through investing in robotics, into trying to replace lots of the people who work with their hands.
So here is where things stand. The layoffs are happening right now. The profits are climbing, and the plan for what comes next is already in motion, which means the only question left is whether people wake up before the next wave reaches them.